Souls Unitarian Universalist Church, building community, inspiring growth, creating change. Here in the heart of Kansas City, we come together to create this hour of shared reflection so that we might be renewed in courage for these times and inspired to lives of greater dignity, higher purpose, deeper generosity, and more effective action. If you are new to Unitarian Universalism or to our congregation, we want to get to know you and share part of your journey. If this place is already your spiritual home, welcome once more. We need one another, and it is good to be together again. Because we care for one another's safety, our congregation is gathering online during this long season of coronavirus pandemic. Nevertheless, through the gifts of technology, we continue to celebrate community and connections as we lean into the values of justice, compassion, and reason. Together, we learn the love that has the power to overcome both loneliness in the heart and oppression in the world. Welcome to our service this morning. May the words and music and images that we offer today nourish our best selves, calling forth abundant wisdom and love. Arise, our souls,
Good morning. Welcome to the All Souls live stream worship gathering on June 6th. As we serve the greater good by remaining physically apart at this time, nevertheless, we come together in mind and spirit through the gifts of technology. Today, we celebrate our beloved high school graduate, Zach, with a bridging ceremony. The bridging ceremony celebrates Zach's transition from adolescence into young adulthood. In the words of Jeff Liebman, the bridging ceremony is a rite of passage that welcomes this bright and energetic young man into the rewards and responsibilities of adulthood. The bridge has two sides. One side is childhood and adolescence, where Zach has become a leader and a role model for his younger friends and acquaintances. The other side is a vast and scary frontier of the unknown, full of boundless possibilities and new challenges. We, the adult members of this congregation, stand on the other side of this bridge. We stand with our arms open to welcome Zach, our minds prepared to mentor and learn from him, and our hearts prepared to share our lives together with him. I've had the privilege and joy of knowing Zach for many years here at All Souls. I've watched him grow into an intelligent, talented, and caring young man who has stood up for social justice issues over and over again. We can be very proud of Zach as we celebrate his graduation and his transition into adulthood. Zach, we applaud you for who you have been, for who you are now, and for who you will become as we celebrate this bridging ceremony with you. We kindle this chalice in gratitude for Zach and for all the children and youth who bring such love and joy into our All Souls community. I invite you now to share in the chat where your chalice is lighted this morning. Let us speak once again the words of our covenant promise to one another in community. Together we affirm, goodwill is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Now let us join together in singing the song, Shine on Me.
Hello, UU family. I'm going to sing a song with you called Shine on Me. It's an amazing spiritual that anybody can sing. And in these days when the things that we're dealing with, the feeling separate and all of that, and things seem so hard, this is one of those songs that you just throw your head back, put it in your medicine kit. All you have to do is ask. And here's how it goes. Shine on me, oh shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, lift me up, yes, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, hold me close, yes, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close. Yes, hold me close. Oh, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse, please, hold me close. Oh, shine on me, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. All you have to do is just ask. The light is always there. Always. Always. Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Carrie Bader, and I have been a teacher at All Souls with the teen group for 9 years now. And what I find really rewarding about working with our teens is a couple things. They keep me feeling young while reminding me that it's also been a while since I've been a teenager. And I've always been so inspired talking to the teenagers and the youth in our church for how they express their beliefs and how confident they are in the value of their own beliefs and their perspective on the world. They see the world as this wonderful, fresh place, and they might not know exactly where their place is in it yet, but they have a really good sense of themselves, and it's wonderful to watch them explore what they believe and how they want the world to be. It's very inspiring to listen to. So that's it. I'm so proud of our teens, and I hope to spend many more years working with them and seeing how they embody the values of our church.
Hi, my name is Michael Borchert. I've been working with the middle school and high school youth for about 5 years now. The class is exciting because there is always a pretty great difference between what is planned and then what we actually learn and what we talk about. They are very interested in current events, politics, social justice, their community, and how they can be involved in their community and in the country and things more at large. They love activism. It's great to see these young people interested in activism and wanting to move things forward. It's very revitalizing and exciting. They have a love for their world, their communities, schools, families, their city. They can take their experiences, their personal experiences, and relate them out to what's happening in the world. And then they can take their passion for activism and really make a plan. In class, I'm seeing them supporting each other, laughing together, challenging each other, and just growing. Like I said, it's really revitalizing having these young people who are going to be so important and so impacting in our communities, and just having a very humbling experience working with them. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Dan Mahala, and Judith asked me to say a few words about our work, my work with Tracy in working with the All Souls Youth. And I just wanted to say that I am so thankful to be working with these kids for 17 years. That was a bit miraculous to me. But especially during the pandemic, to just share joys and concerns with the kids has been really eye-opening and enriching for me. I got to see all the different ways the kids were coping, how their relationship to pets and the outdoors, what was affecting their lives, how different school was, and with the various options, mostly online schooling. And I think that I'm thankful that the kids had an outlet to talk about those things. We talked a lot about our relationship with the earth. What does the pandemic mean? How has it challenged our relationship to animals, and how we were coping? And it just seems to me that was a really valuable thing for the kids, but also for me to just get a sense of, the different social reality, really, that the kids were living through, and a really remarkable period. And so I learned a lot about their tastes in music and messaging, and how they characterized their relationship to animals. We got a dog over during the pandemic. I think that animals have played a really important role in compensating for not having the fullness of person-to-person interaction outside the immediate family. And so we got a chance to talk with the kids about those things, and it was a fulfilling and enlightening discussion for me too. Through news reporting, I didn't get a sense of the kinds of issues with schooling and so on that the kids could tell me firsthand about. So, last time in our class, we, were deciding what music we might try to play in our Zoom session. I think that technically we may be in over our heads, but we did agree that we would try to do a version of Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here." But, and then just hearing their favorite selections and, what are the social messages being presented in these pieces of music? That's been a lot of fun. So, just in terms of, I'm grateful for the many years Tracy and I have worked with the kids, and the current group is a wonderful group, and I'm just so thankful that we've had the chance to work with them.
Hi, my name is Tracy VanQuaethem. In the 17 years that I have taught in the RE program at All Souls, the youth have taught me a great deal about the fourth principle in Unitarian Universalism. The fourth principle reads, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. This search is impossible without embracing exploration. In embracing exploration with our youth, they have given me new ways to interpret our past, and I look forward to co-creating a future with them in the present moment. Thank you.
We want to tell you about this wonderful young man who is our high school graduate. I've had the opportunity to get to know Zach well through many years. Zach has manifested kindness, generosity, and a zest for learning in our religious education programs. He has lived our Unitarian Universalist values in his interactions with others. Zach is committed to making this a better world through his service to others. Zach is an incredibly talented, compassionate, and caring young man. I've asked Zach's mother, Rebekah, to share a little bit more about him. Then Zach will share a little bit about his experiences at All Souls and his plans for the future.
Today, we are so proud of Zach and of the young man he has become and the man he is growing into. Zach has always had a strong sense of what is right and wrong and and a desire to help all others. This goes back to when we took him to his first movie, Harry Potter. At a particularly tense part of the movie, a 3-year-old Zach jumps up and screams, "You leave Harry Potter alone!" This sense of justice has followed him through his life, where he has sought changes to help others, from helping in various capacities at All Souls, to helping with projects through the Boy Scouts, such as planting trees, cleaning up public spaces in Independence, and creating care packages for soldiers and veterans. Some of his favorite opportunities have been helping feed people through Restart. He wants to use the skills in construction he has gathered through high school to help people through Habitat for Humanity. One of Zach's happiest days is when we brought home his baby, also known as his brother Aaron. Even though they have butted heads at times, quite literally in fact, one of their favorite games as toddlers was to square off in opposite sides of the room and to crawl as fast as they could towards each other and then butt heads and fall back giggling. Zach has always loved being a big brother. He was the child that would ask Santa for a baby sister for Christmas and had to be told that that may be outside the big guy's powers. Zach has at times struggled with his schooling, but has always seemed to overcome those challenges. Early in his schooling, Zach loved math, science, and history, but struggled with reading. Once he told us that he could continue his schooling without reading, until we had to inform him that eventually most subjects would require him to read in order to master them. However, just like any other difficulties he has faced, Zach put his mind to it and in short order became such an avid reader that you could hardly find him without a book in his hand. Even to the point that his teachers would have to make him turn in his book until he was done with class. When we left our former church, we had discussed not joining another church. However, Bernie wanted a good community to raise the boys in. He investigated All Souls, and community is definitely what we found. Zach has found a place where we have seen him grow and mature in so many ways. So to Melanie and Reverend Cady, and those who have taught Zach in his religious education classes, thank you. To those who have worked hard making meals or working in the book sale for Zach, so Zach could go to Boston, thank you. For those who donated money, airline miles, or their time as chaperones for Boston, thank you. For those who have given their time and mentorship in coming of age, thank you. It truly does take a village to get our children to this point, and we thank all of you for making it such a welcoming one and helping us and Zach to this point. Zach, we are proud of you and cannot wait to see where you go from here and how you share your time and talents with others.
I would like to begin by thanking everyone at All Souls for your support of the religious education program, especially for the opportunity I was given to go to Boston. I also want to thank Don Dickey, my coming-of-age mentor, for all the time, patience, and help he has given me. Most of all, I'd like to thank Judith and my RE teachers. I would not have made it this far without any of you. Thank you. All Souls has become a place where I can be myself. Before coming here, I always felt like I had to wear a mask. I was not free to be myself. I was not free to ask questions, and I was not free to seek my own answers. Since coming to All Souls, I've been able to take the mask off. I've been encouraged to ask questions and to seek my own answers to those questions. I can freely express myself without being told I am wrong and need to change. I am not told what questions are appropriate to ask, and the answers are not predetermined. Since coming to All Souls, I have learned what social change is and what is needed to affect social change and how to empathize better with other people. I have learned that social change is not just waiting for the politicians to enact it, to make changes. It is going out and making things better to affect change. It is helping to serve meals at the homeless shelter. It is doing what we can, where we can, to provide help to those who need it. It is showing compassion and empathy to everyone, not just the ones you think deserve it. I plan to continue working towards social justice and change by using the skills I have learned and will learn by working with Habitats for Humanity. Being able to go to Boston with the rest of the coming of age group, the last time we were able to go, was a wonderful experience. I learned firsthand the origins of the UU Church. I also learned about different social justice causes that are happening right now. I learned that doing the little things, like helping out homeless shelters or planting trees to help the environment, can make just as big as an impact as passing bills that make big changes. You must start small and build out to the big things, since change does not happen all at once. After graduation, I plan to work for a while and then get into Job Corps to learn carpentry, so I can work for Habitats for Humanity, building homes for those who need them. Once again, I would like to thank Judith and all of my RE teachers, Don Dickey, my coming of age mentor, and all of you here at All Souls for your support of the religious education program and everything you do. Thank you.
Zach, congratulations on graduating this year, 2021. And after a year that we had, you were able to do it. And it's no small feat. I want to welcome you to become a member of All Souls, as well as invite your fellow rising teens who are 14 and older to apply for membership. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Again, Zach, congratulations, and your future is bright.
This is going to be good. I'm thinking about the things we'll be able to do with today's special collection for music and our children's religious education programming. We can see the days ahead when we're back together in Bragg. We'll be hearing live music again, with Anthony back at the piano, and Sarah, Shanna, Tom, and Darrington singing. The kids will be back in our classrooms downstairs, with Reverend Judith and Melanie setting up lessons, and the plaza scavenger hunts and the picnics in the park will all be back in play. I've been singing with the choir and volunteer teaching for many years now, and I'm just as proud of these meaningful expressions of our All Souls mission, even more so because of how music and the children's programming adapted and persevered, keeping us warm through the pandemic winter. We are so back, so thankful. We raise our songs, we celebrate our graduating students. We are going to rock our happy All Souls home with music and laughter. You can join in the singing. You can join with our children. And you can make a special contribution today to boost our fuel, because this is going to be fun. The offering will now be given and most gratefully received.
And causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May it take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you take a rest, maybe catch your breath. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you've got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress, having no possessions though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you've got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it. Oh, all you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, go, go. Raise your glasses. Go, go, go. You can have it all. I toast you. Here's to the heart that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you've got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Here's to the good times we gonna have. Here's to you always making me laugh. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
Let's say together the words of dedication for our offering. We dedicate our offerings and our actions to the mission at the heart of this congregation, to build a respectful, caring community, to inspire personal and spiritual growth, and to create change toward a just and compassionate society. One of the occupants in the graveyard at Spoon River in Edgar Lee Masters' collection of epitaph poems is George Gray. He says this: "I have studied many times the marble which was chiseled for me, a boat with a furled sail at rest in a harbor. In truth, it pictures not my destination, but my life. For love was offered me, and I shrank from its disillusionment. Sorrow knocked at my door, but I was afraid. Ambition called me, but I dreaded the chances. Yet all the while I hungered for meaning in my life. And now I know that we must lift the sail and catch the winds of destiny wherever they drive the boat. To put meaning in one's life may end in madness, but life without meaning is the torture of restlessness and vague desire. It is a boat longing for the sea and yet afraid." Zach, I want to warn you this morning about the religious communities that you are going to encounter as you go out into the world of your adult life. To my chagrin, and perhaps to your disappointment as well, I need to tell you that they will all be imperfect places, filled with imperfect people. I know that this is true because perfect people don't need a church. People who are already perfect don't need to learn and grow and practice. They don't need to know how to say, "I'm sorry," or "I'm hurting," or "How can we do better next time?" Perfect people don't have to feel ashamed of realizing how they have been complicit in silencing other folks, or discovering how little they know about other people's cultures and experiences, or remembering how they did nothing when someone else was being ridiculed, or contemplating their own privileges. Perfect people don't have to worry about changing how they run their churches. They just naturally get everything right the first time. Problem is, I have never met any of them, and I'm inclined to suspect that you are not one yourself. That's okay, though, because the purpose of the church is not to cultivate perfect people or perfect institutions. Rather, it is to be human together and to help each other learn and grow in the adventure of community. George Gray discovered this too late, lying in his grave, contemplating his story and his marble ship. Safety is not the goal of a meaningful life. It is only by taking risks that we can embrace love or ambition or conquer fear. And that is what we are really here for today. This imperfect congregation is celebrating this imperfect young man who is about to raise his sails and take this puppy beyond the harbor and see what it can do out on the open sea. My dear, the purpose of that voyage is not to hug the coastline and get to the next bay of safety as quickly as possible. Rather, it is to explore the world and find it larger and stranger than you or we ever imagined before you set sail. It is not for any of us to creep sedately across the water, huddled in the hold, hoping to be changed and challenged as little as possible. Rather, it is for you and each of us to become more proficient sailors who can read the waves and the skies and work together as a crew to ride out the storms in trust of one another. Because here's the irony. The more challenges that you face and come through together, the better sailors you learn to be and the safer you are. The job of the church is not to protect us from the winds, but to help us face into them, to hold a steady tiller and trim our sails so that we are carried on the energy of change in the direction that your vision and our mission are summoning us. We are, after all, a pilgrim people, called to build the beloved community we seek. No one is going to hand it to us ready-made, safe, and sound. Only risk and effort will get us where we have been trying to go. Only the risk of finding out that what we thought was normal and ordinary and universal was actually a world framed to benefit some of us at the expense of others. Only the effort of trying to figure out how we might make things better for someone else, even while we are dealing with our own woundedness and bewilderment. About the only thing I know for sure about this process is that it isn't going to feel comfortable or safe. In fact, I think it's going to feel a lot like attempting to rebuild the ship out in the middle of the ocean. That's how foundational the changes that we're talking about are. So what we have is a bunch of imperfect folks, no better or worse than you, Zach, doing something perilous, fathoms away from any certainty. Are we crazy? But you know what else? It's exhilarating. It's what we were made for. Some people imagine their leap of faith landing in the arms of a loving, everlasting God. And maybe it does. But my leap of faith lands right on the deck of that leaky, creaky vessel, straining to catch the wind of transformation and carry us onward toward a promised land we've heard about and sung about, but never yet seen. Some kind of human community that we get hints and glimpses of that seems so obvious to reason and so difficult to maintain among real live people, with all our needs and agendas and frustrations and ignorance and imperfections. As long as your ship sits at anchor by the docks, you can be all about safety. You can even decide to jump ashore and walk away if you don't like the way things are going sometimes. You can, or once you're out in the middle of the ocean, though, you have to depend on all those other imperfect folks. Everybody has to get over being scared and resentful and do whatever we can to help the voyage be successful, because there is no other way that it's going to happen. Zach, like you, I came of age as a Unitarian Universalist. We are children of the voyage, and I think that leaves its mark on a person. I think it means that we can never be George Gray, because we know in our bones as well as in the depths of our spirits that the only way to have meaning in life or community is to be about a purpose that is larger than safety and to trust a vision that lies beyond the horizon of our sight. It is said that a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are made for. My friends, a covenant community at rest is comfortable, but that is not what covenant community is made for. Let us dare the risks and the discomforts of love and sorrow and ambition for a better world. Zach, take your ship with its imperfect captain and imperfect crew out onto the waves of challenge and the winds of change. Find out what it and you are capable of. The adventures that you will share with others and the discoveries that you will make, the songs and the heartbreak that will come to you, create the meaning of your life, of all our lives together. To be sure, there will be hurts along the way as you learn and grow. But do not allow that to send you crawling back into harbor and let the ship rot at anchor. Rather, bind up your wounds and learn wisdom. Make the best repairs you can to the structure of things and hold course toward the horizon. Our individual voyages will each be done soon enough. Let us not be content to lie beneath the marble image of a furled sail, knowing that all we ever were was safe. Here in this community of memory and promise, we shall not seek to be protected from the demands of our ideals, but rather seek for courage to lift them into the breeze and be borne along into risk and struggle for the sake of the people and the community that we might yet be. Out on the Fathoms is where discovery and growth and the greater selves we yearn for will be born. For that were we made, and there, in striving and in wonder, is your and our spirit's true home. Unto us our children are given as an encouragement of hope and strength, says the poet. What tragedy it would be if people were never to be better than we are, if the promise of the human venture were to be somehow fastened and limited in us. Rather, let this be our song, that new life in a chorus of possibility will cause our sons and daughters and heirs, like the green grass of springtime, to arise and cherish the scarred face of the earth. For unto us are children born, unto us new chances given, generation upon generation. Let us join together in the song of those who are born upon the Fathoms.
I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun my sail and moon my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me. Hail the great winds urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms. Never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
On a sunny winter Thursday in February of 1943, 3 students were arrested by the German Gestapo at the University of Munich. Hans Scholl was a medical student there, preparing to become a doctor at the same time that he served, like all young men in Germany at the time, in the army. His younger sister, Sophie, studied philosophy and biology. Their friend, Christel Probst, was married and the father of 3 children. 4 days later, after interrogation and a pro forma trial, the 3 of them were beheaded at München-Stadelheim prison. What was their crime? Hans and Sophie Scholl and Christel Probst, together with their friends Alexander Schmorl, Willy Graf, and their professor, Kurt Huber, were the authors and distributors of the Leaflets of the White Rose. The Leaflets of the White Rose, a series of tracts that were anonymously published and distributed across their campus and at other universities during the summer and fall of 1942. In these leaflets, the 6 members of the Society of the White Rose called upon the conscience of the German people to resist Hitler's National Socialist government, its war effort, and its abuse of Jews and other citizens' rights. They encouraged the fearful and despairing citizens who had been silenced by the surveillance, threats, and violence of the Nazi Party organizations to believe that resistance was possible and that even the secret spread of ideas could help end the war and restore the nation to sanity and justice. On old-fashioned mimeograph machines, they ran off copies of those pamphlets in the middle of the night, quietly scattered them in hallways and classrooms, sent them anonymously through the mail, and even traveled on trains to other cities with suitcases full of them to give to friends and to place at other college campuses. Hans and Sophie and their friends knew that what they were doing was very dangerous. They tried to protect their families and other friends from being implicated by never discussing this work or their feelings about Hitler's administration with anyone outside the Society of the White Rose. They were motivated by the inspiring philosophies of Germany's greatest scholars and writers, people like Schiller, Fichte, Goethe, as well as historical figures like Lao Tzu, Thomas Aquinas, and the Bible. From these various sources, they came to conclusions that resonate remarkably with the convictions of modern humanism. In her memorial after her sister was killed, their sister Inga wrote, "Theirs was the voice of the independent person, as the traditions of humanism and the Enlightenment had envisioned them, the autonomous core of a free society." This uprising of the single individual was a specific characteristic of these students, as is the fact that they sought ways of combating a dictatorship even when the prospects of success were slight. It was a matter of defending a free society, an order which centuries preceding our era had been won with great effort and sacrifice. The common interest of all nations and races was greater and immeasurably more important than the differences among people, and it had, therefore, to be rescued. The oppression by the national state, speaking as it attempted to do in its egocentric way in the name of the whole nation, thus caused a new sense of community to grow on a higher level. Again today, these words stand as a challenge to any government that seeks to make unjust war, to silence dissent, and to hold itself above moral accountability. Zach, come on up. Today, this young man of our community declares himself what we have taught him to be, autonomous author of his own thoughtful convictions, nurtured by the heritage of our love and human endeavor, but fundamentally free. My dear Zach, there is so little that we can promise you about the future, not even that the day may not come when the price of freedom and integrity would once again be life itself. Today, I invite you to become an heir of the Society of the White Rose, to embrace in clarity and pride the beliefs you articulate today, and to follow fearlessly wherever reason and conscience lead you in the years to come, and to act with courage on your values as they call you to serve humanity and the highest good. May the spirit that was in Hans and Sophie Scholl and those who worked and died with them be in you also, so that the white rose of human dignity, integrity, and freedom may bloom in your life to be a sign and a blessing to all the world. Congratulations.
I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will know this rose. I know my fear. I know my fear. I know my soul. I know my soul. I know this rose. I know this rose. I know this
Zach is crossing the bridge from adolescence into adulthood. As a part of this bridging ceremony, I want to share with you, Zach, this reading by Reverend Barbara L. Hebner. It's entitled, A Hope Realized. Hope is that slender thread that we shoot across the abyss of despair so we may later haul across the ropes of reality. We're not meant to swing across the chasm on glimmering gossamer strands of hope. They're there to guide us as we do the hard work of building the bridges upon which we may walk for the generations to come. Building bridges is grubby and unglamorous, expensive and time-consuming, but that's what gets us across. And for that, we need companionship and community. Look around you. Every good thing you see is a hope realized. Zach, you are a hope realized in our lives. We commit to supporting you and fulfilling your hopes for the future. For your gifts of fellowship and joy, we thank you. For the memories we will always cherish, we give you our thanks. As you move into making your own choices about your life decisions, we welcome you into the adult community of all souls and intention. For your individual talents and gifts, we welcome you. And the stillness of the heart. For the hopes you bring and the gift of laughter and the joy of the dance. We offer you our guidance and friendship in mind and body as you cross the bridge into adulthood, our friend. This is a time of transition and not farewell. As you move into a new phase of life, the experiences you've had and the lessons you've learned at All Souls will remain with you. We wish for you a fulfilling life that expands the common good in the world. We are giving you a travel mug with the symbol of a chalice to remind you that no matter how far you travel, there's always a place for you here at All Souls. And we are giving you a special chalice to remind you that there's always a light burning for you at All Souls. Wherever you travel, however many paths you choose, you're always welcome here and in any Unitarian Universalist church. Please join me in the congregational response to Zach. We welcome you into the adult community of All Souls. For your individual talents and gifts, we welcome you. For the hopes you bring and the concerns you share, we welcome you. We offer you our guidance and friendship as you cross the bridge into adulthood. Let us now join Zach and one another in the bonds of companionship and community. We come together in a mighty fleet of kindred souls as we share our joys and concerns on this blue boat home. May we travel together in peace and harmony as we explore the infinite possible ways to love one another. Let the light of love shine on in each one of us.
Go now in peace, may love guide all your ways. Beauty be the blessing of your nights and days. Truth on your lips and kindness in your deeds.
We extinguish our individual chalices, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fires of our collective commitment. For all these we carry in our hearts and minds until the time shall come when we will be together again. Thank you for being with us this morning to celebrate Zach's graduation and the work of our teachers and young people in the religious education program. We invite you now to join us in greeting Zach and his family and informal conversation at our Community Connection Zoom room. The link can be found on the All Souls website homepage or in the chat here. Don't forget to sign up for your Sunday Plus meal on June 20th and make plans to join us for our in-person outdoor ice cream social on Sunday, June 27th, with special fun for the kids from 2 to 4 o'clock. I hope that you will also be here next Sunday to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the founding of the Unitarian Universalist Association and consider where the future might be leading us together. In the meantime, please keep urging your friends to complete their vaccinations, and everyone, take care, stay safe, and be well this week.